Alright guys, in this video we're going to look at how to remove the center console here on a 2004 Subaru Forester. This is the 2.5 XT. Really this will work on any Subaru that has a center console similar to this one. So with that, let's get started. Now, the first thing, put this back. First thing you're gonna notice, first thing you're gonna want to do, I should say, is that right here, next to the gear shift and everything, you'll see this little thing right here. Now, yeah, it's kind of disgusting in there. What you're gonna want to do is, the reason that's there is because this is locked when the car is off. And no, you do not want to turn the car on, put it in drive, and then try to shut the car off, because then it won't let you get the key out. So what you have to do is, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to use the key to do it, but really you can use a screwdriver or literally anything you want that can push down on this in here. So just push down on it, you'll see it moves down, and try to do this while I hold the camera. Push down, move the gear shift to, once you get it down to like past neutral, so anything past neutral you can just move it freely. You'll see I can't go above neutral, it's locked, and I'll have to push this back down when I need to put it back. Now, to get the actual board up, you're going to want to use there's a variety of different things you can use. I'm trying to find what I did with my screwdriver. A lot of people will use like folded up paper or something. That way you can avoid getting like marks, kind of like what you can see on there. I didn't do these marks, these were the previous owner of the car. Just normal wear and tear, I guess. But yeah, with removing the center console, there's a lot of different reasons you'd want to do that. Probably the primary reason is to install a new radio. But maybe you bought some new controls off of eBay because yours are broken or faded or whatnot, or your hazards are having issues and you want to make sure that they're plugged in, or your vents are having issues, I don't know. But a lot of different reasons you would need to do this. But all you're gonna want to do is, I don't know if when I do this, I use a flathead screwdriver, and I just kind of put it underneath there and pry it up. You can see right now I'm using a key because I can't find my screwdriver. You can just pry it up. Now, once you do it once or twice, it actually gets a lot easier, to the point where you can even do it with your hands. So you'll see here, I can just do this with my hands, and all it'll do is it'll just snap right off. Now this, you'll see here, this will all be exposed. Now all this wiring here, on mine, ignore that. That is just my microphone from my radio. So you should not have that wiring unless you have a microphone plugged into your aftermarket radio. So what you're going to want to do is, the cigarette lighter here, the back of it, these two will be plugged in. You're going to want to go ahead and squeeze that and unplug it, and you can set that aside. Now, depending on what you need to get in here for, this may be as far as you need to go, but assuming you're going to want to get the rest of this off, what you're going to need to do is unscrew these. You only need to do the top ones. These bottom ones are to get the rest of this thing off. I've attempted to do that before because my heated seat light, that one is out. this one works, but my driver's side light is all out. But that's a project for another day. And then you're going to go ahead and do this last one. And now once you do that, you'll just be able to kind of get your finger and get these wires out of the way. My microphone wires. Alright, yeah, you kind of see, just kind of pull on it until you can get a good, get your finger underneath there or something. And just pull back on it, and it'll just kind of snap out. There are a lot of different, latches around here that are behind it. So you're probably going to want to take paper, fold it up or something, or a screwdriver, and just kind of, do some of that. You see there, I just got one of them undone, just got another one. I've done so many times, I just know where they all are. But once you get all these latches undone, you can just kind of pull it. And then you'll have two things plugged in. The first thing you'll have plugged in is what controls your hazard. So you'll see, even though I've undone all this, my hazards are still functioning. Here's your air vents back there. But you can go ahead and unplug that. There you go. And the other thing down here is the wires for your controls. Now you can just go ahead and, I'm not sure I might just leave mine. But yeah, you're going to want to go ahead and unplug those. Kind of hard for me to do with a camera in one hand. Now, you can see here, if your hazards weren't working, you might want to just try to check and make sure that you can plug that back in. If your controls weren't working, double check, make sure all these wires are okay. If you're wanting to take out the stock radio and put in a new one, you'll see here you're just going to want to do that screw there, and then same thing down here underneath, that screw there and that one there. And you're gonna want to take the brackets, this bracket here, take that off of the old radio before you sell it on eBay or something, because you are going to want to keep this bracket to hang your new radio in. So you'll see here, this bracket here is actually the bracket that was originally holding in the stock radio. So you take those out, and in the back there, you're going to want to buy an adapter. If you're putting in a new radio, you'll have to solder some wires, or use some wire nuts. I did wire nuts back there, but that's why I'm not going to take it out, because it's very fragile back there. You can kind of see my wire nuts back there, all the way in the back, those gray little tips back there. There you go. And then this wire here is my microphone wire. But if any of you guys are curious and just wondering, my microphone wire actually runs, I think I ran it down here, and I ran it all the way back, and I ran it to the same place that I have these LEDs hanging all over my car that light up my interior. But I ran it to the same place, which is this little notch here. You can see there, I just ran the cord out of there, and I just ran it by the passenger seat. There's the control box for my LED lights. Run over there, up there, and my microphone is actually right there, hanging on my sun visor. So yeah, guys, there you have it. If you have any questions, just comment below and I'll try to answer them to best as I can. Thanks for watching. If you have any other help you need on your Subaru Forester, let me know and I'll do my best to make a video about it. Thanks, guys.